This is our Fluval m90 reef tank. I'm brand new to marine, so this is the first setup. In the tank I've got 20 kilograms of live rock and 20 pounds of coral sand. I was going to go with live sand, but they said at the fish shop that it goes live anyway because of the live rock. So as you can see, got quite a lot of algae in it on the sand and on the rocks. This is day 16 of its cycle. And things are going well. Been testing it weekly. So we did have an ammonia spike of 0.25 and the nitrate was sitting at 10, which now I tested it yesterday and the ammonia's at 0, the nitrate's at 0 and the nitrate's at 0. So I think that's it cycled, but I'm going to leave it another couple of weeks and test it again to see if we still got the same readings. And if we do, then we'll get the clean up crew to take care of the algae. On the front of the glass you'll see it's frosted at the top and at the bottom, so you don't really see the water line, which is good. There's a circulation pump which is doing its job, which with this tank, the circulation pump, the skimmer, heater, everything came with the tank, and also the cabinet, what you see. Another good thing about this tank is the water level in the main tank never ever drops. So I'll show you the back in a minute and you'll know what I'm talking about. The one thing about this tank is when I set it up, I was supposed to put plumbing tape around the draining tap here. This tap's for water changes. So at the back of it, it drains the back, which is pretty simple for and easy for water changes. But as you can see, it's dripping, which is why I've got the bucket under it. So when I do a water change, I will put plumbing tape on it and hopefully that will stop it. So that's a good tip to do if you buy this tank, is put plumbing tape. On the top of the tank is an open lid tank, so we bought this DIY tank cover, which you can get, which if you're like me, I have cats who are interested in tanks, so it keeps them out of it, and also if you have fish that jump, keeps them in the tank. The lights are quite bright on it, but the one thing about the tank is though, if you have it on a timer, you have to manually switch the lights to a night light, which I'll show you. There's a button on the side and it turns it into night, which is a bit of a pain really. But the one thing to remember, if you do have it on a timer, you need to obviously switch it back before you go to bed to your daylight. I would say that's probably one of the flaws about the tank really, which in my opinion is the only flaw. So this is a side view of it. You can see all the algae. Another good tip that I learned was the side of the tank when you fill it, to mark where the water line is. So if you're topping it up or if you're doing a water change, you always know where to fill it to. But as you can see, the water's went down a lot. Because it's an open top tank, it tends to evaporate a lot, so you're topping it up really daily, which I haven't really done. The back of the tank, this is your return pump, which, as you can see, is kind of low, which I will be getting eventually a top up unit, because like I said, it does tend to evaporate a hell of a lot. In this chamber I've activated carbon and filter just to make the water a bit more clearer. And in this chamber is my skimmer and heater, which I think is doing its job. And then the first one I have live rock rubble. I did have the skimmer in the third chamber, but as you can see the water level drops, so you're having to constantly adjust the heater and the skimmer. So I moved it into this one because in the first two chambers the water level never really drops much. So it is recommended, and the skimmer's a lot more quieter in the second one. So I will say skimming the second and heating the second one's the best option. And really you have the last two kind of chambers to put whatever you want in it really. But to remember, if you don't have a top up system, you need to kind of keep your eye on it, because the water does drop a lot and very quickly. So the tank at the minute, the temperature is 25 and the salinity is 0.024. So it's doing well. I do have loads of creatures in the rocks, but they're kind of hiding. So like I said, another couple of weeks and I'll retest it, and then hopefully get the clean up crew to take the algae away. So it is a really nice tank. So if anybody, like I say, I'm new to this, so if anybody's any advice or can see something I'm doing wrong, then please comment. Thanks for watching.